Hey guys, it's Sandy with Urban Rebel Designs in Aztec, New Mexico. I just wanted to jump on here this morning and catch you up on what we're doing on our little French Provincial dresser. So today I have taped off stripes, and I'll explain that in just a minute. But I wanted to catch you up because I've been working a little bit behind the scenes. I have the drawers finished, and there was a design change. I decided I did not like the silver around the frames, so that got turned into black. We've got the hardware done and the woodgie bin done. I'm gonna hand this off and I'll show you what we did on these. Look at this. So this is half of the medallion that we'll be using on this side. So we painted it in the Gulf, and then we highlighted it with some silver gilding wax. All of these are Dixie Belle products, so if you want to find them, that's where you can find them. Today we're going to spray the body in caviar, and I've already taped off my stripes. I wanted thin stripes, so I used 1-inch painter's tape, and the way that I space them, and of course can't find the end on this, is I will just take a little piece of painter's tape, put my first piece down, have a little piece of painter's tape, that's my spacer, that way I get everything equal. I'll put a piece here and a piece here, tape them off, and then I'm going to burnish them down. And what I like to use to burnish them down, just so none of the paint seeps through, is I save old hotel room keys. And here's a quick tip for you. All of your personal information is stored on this little stripe. Your credit card, your name, your address, your phone number, who's with you. Don't leave these in your room. Take them with you. They expect you to. So I'm going to hand this off too. I also had somebody ask me to explain the adjustments on sprayers. So this little knob back here, this is my Earl X 5500 spray station, and this is my Home Right Finish Max, and they both have these little knobs. This one happens to be under here, and what these do is control the amount of air pressure that's going through your gun, which is forcing your paint through. So it actually controls the amount of paint that you're spraying and the force that's behind it. This is one of the most important things, and it's the opposite of what you would think. So if you turn it where this is running this way, that means your spray is going to come out up and down. So just keep in mind this little notch right here, turn it here, this little notch right here is how your spray is going. If you turn it, if it's angled, then your spray is going to come out in a circle, and you can control the amount of paint that's coming out back here, so you can almost write your name with this. And if it's up and down, then your spray is coming out this way. When you get your sprayer, play with it. That's the best way to get used to it, and that's the way you'll have the most fun out of it. So I'm going to set this over here. Did that explain all of the controls? Okay. So I have my handy dandy little mask that I'm going to put on, and we're going to spray our stripes, and I have taped off all of the parts that I want to leave showing sawmill gravy. So this will take just a minute. You won't be able to hear me with the mask on, so bear with me, and then we're going to pull the tape and see what we have. I'm going to start on this end and work my way around. Okay, so let me set this down, and my glasses fogged up. So now we're going to make sure that we don't have any drippy spots, which I usually have one or two. And I see some spots here, but I'll go back and I'll get those by hand. Actually, let me just grab my sprayer and get those right now. I'm also checking to see if I have any light spots. But now we're going to pull the tape, and I have some spots up under here that I'll get by hand. We poured the top on Saturday, so I'm trying really hard not to disturb it. That's why it's taped off. So I'm just going to take a box cutter and try to lift an edge. Let's see if I can get an edge here. And anywhere that I have a little bit of bleed through, I will go back and take an artist brush and clean those spots up. But I wanted you to see what our stripes are going to look like. See if I can do it without getting my hand in it. So we're going to have really thin stripes like this, and then these areas on the front, if I can find a place to lift the edge. We're going to have a little cleanup to do around the edges on this. But seriously, that quick and easy, and look at all the detail that we have. So Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, we will be adding the woodgie bend and spraying the top coat, and then Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern we'll be finishing up the top, and our little French Provincial is finished. If you haven't got your tickets for the Bells and Bow Tour yet, there's still some available, so hop on bellsandbowtour.com and get your tickets for that, January 18th in Atlanta. Also, like I said, all of this was done with Dixie Belle paint. We started out by spraying Slick Stick, letting it sit for an hour, coming back, spraying it with a second coat of Slick Stick, let it sit overnight. Then we sprayed a coat of Sawmill Gravy, and now we have sprayed a coat of Caviar to make our stripes and our details. We took care of our drawers. I did those by hand because it was easier for me, but you can spray your drawers. And we'll be finishing this up this weekend, and it will be ready to go to its new home. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk to you next time.